Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I am Carla and welcome to my home in Western Pennsylvania. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me on my cross stitch journey. If you have been here with me for a long time, I appreciate you keep coming back and following along. You know, it's planning season for me currently. Today is September 4th and this is my August 2024 wrap-up video. So I've got some FFOs, I got some finishes, I have a lot of whips, and we're going to talk about a new book series that I was sent. So I wanted to, I'm actually rereading it. So I'm going to talk about that briefly. Everything is in the description box down below. If you have any questions on anything, you may hear the cat meowing. Marley is my daughter Rachel's cat. And I am cat sitting while she is away in Arizona for some leadership training. She got a promotion. She's National Guard. If anybody, you've followed me, you've probably seen Rachel on my videos. So she got promoted and had to do some training in Arizona for a month. So I now have become the cat sitter lady. And Pongo keeps walking in and out, so you never know. I have a little bit of things from the Grace Notes retreat. I did an I don't want to say an exclusive video, but my last video I put out was specifically for Grace Notes retreat, and I went over what I stitched on. I went over haul. I went over showed a video of people's fully finished, their finishes that there was on the table, the brag table. There was a lot of things I probably should have included and didn't because I didn't have it on video or I didn't take pictures of it, so I didn't have access to it because I was fairly busy working at the retreat and helping the Simpson family out. So, Grace Notes retreat is next year, August 7th through the 10th. If you are interested, they will be invoicing at some point. I will let you know. If you follow me on this channel, you're going to know all the retreats I go to. I just came back from one that's a closed group, fairly closed group, I would say, that have been going to a place called the Villa Maria Spiritual Center, which is local for me. And there's about 25 women that have been going there for over 20 years. And I've got asked to join the group a few years ago and have been going twice a year ever since. So it was a great time with friends. I, of course, did not take any pictures, I don't think. If I did, I will insert them here. I don't think I did. So, let's talk numbers, shall we? Oh, I didn't bring my boards. I see them. I may grab them. We'll see how the video goes. Okay, so I have done 17,875 stitches for the month of August. My year-to-date so far is 119,664, and as you know, I am going for a 200,000 goal, stitch goal for this year, and I'm hoping to make up some lost time from the summer trips that I did not get to stitch on. So I have worked on a few, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whips. So, and we have some finishes. So I'm going to show you those and some FFOs and we will get going. So, my first finish is actually a September finish, but I'm excited. I just finished it today. I got this as at the retreat. It was a table mate gift. It was a pattern designed by Romy Creations and it's called Happy Frog, and I just finished it. So this is the Happy Frog. And the person that gave it to me actually was my sister, and it came in a bag. I showed this on my Grace Notes video. I just grabbed the bag because my plan is to sew this onto this bag and make this my lacing bag to put all my lacing supplies, you know, the little weights and the pins and the threads and things. So I have all of it in one place and put it in the room that I finish things at. So I won't finish it that big. I mean, I'll bring it in and I'm going to stitch it onto this bag. So I have a plan for it. Now let's see how long it takes me to put that plan into place. I also, this month, finished this one. I started this one on the way to Grace Notes. I was sitting in the back seat while my sister drove. I got some chocolate or something down here on it. I don't know, but it won't matter. And this is part of her pillow box ornaments that she gave me for my Advent, part of my Advent. And let me see if I can, there we go. So, and it says North Pole. So that is a finish. And I have been collecting these. I think I have 6 or 7 of them done. There's 25 altogether. So I think there's 25. I'm pretty sure there's 25. So let's talk FFOs. I'm going to lean over because I have it down here in front of me. This was finished when I was at the Grace Notes retreat. It was part of my lacing class. You can see the back. I went to Michael's. I got the foam board cut and I picked up this frame off of the shelf. I did not put the back on it, which is fine with me because it holds just fine. And this is, now I can hang it up in my house. This will be, or this is Cinnamon Stars, and I have FFO'd that. I did make some little changes. I put my family's name, the Bygones, on top of the door, and I put established in the year we were married, which was 1992. So we've been married now 27 years. January we'll be married 28 years. So this, I really like this. I think the frame does it justice, and I'm impressed with my lacing work. I'll be honest. I think it's perfect fit. I like it, and I know you're getting some reflection. I'm trying to kind of canter it so you're not getting reflection from the lights, but there it is. So that is one of my FFOs, which, hey, who am I? You don't ever see that. The next FFO that I have is, and I do have the back on that one, see? This is also actually Colleen from Grace Notes Fabrics did the lacing on this as part of her class. I did talk her into it. I kind of guilted her into it a little bit. This was a round robin that I did with a group of 9 friends that we mailed each other. We all had the same pattern, but we all had different fabrics. We had different flosses, and we mailed each other, and we did a room or a side tree. I've talked about this before in my my channel, so I'm just going to get with it. This is Tiny Modernist Haunted Mansion. This originally was released as a mystery sal, and what we did was each person that did a section, they strategically placed their initials on who did the room. So we had 6 people did a room, 1 person did a tree, another person did a tree, and somebody else did this in the front. When we sent it off, we needed to have the moon done and the framework of the house, you know, the roof and stuff of the house, and the stars and the bats if we wanted to. So this is, I love the frame. Look at the detail on that frame. I'm just going to bring it in there closer so you can see. Like it just plays with this so well. And so now, you know, Halloween is upon us. I think I may take this and hang it in my office or put it in the office window. I have a window in my office that points out into the hallway that everybody walks by, so I may put it there for the month of October. But I really like it. So that is my other FFO. And this one has just a little bit more sentimental value because it was a round robin that came back to me. And when it came back, I had 1 room left to do, and it was done. And I got it laced by Corinne. And Colleen was Grace Notes Fabrics. And if you are interested in her lacing or framing your work, you could contact her through Grace Notes Fabrics, and she can talk to you about all the details. It was a really fun class. It was a lot of fun. Some stitchy kindness. Since I have it right here in front of me, I'm just going to go for it. So my friend Mary Barbara, who met me at Grace Notes, gave me some Omnic scroll rods. If you're not sure how these work, they have a kind of a dial, comes to a point into a slit. I have done videos on this as well. So the fabric goes into your slit, this goes in top of the fabric, and that's what kind of locks it in place. And they are from the Omnic factory. I know that I think it's Who sells these? I know you can get them from the factory, or at least you used to be able to get it right from the factory if you did a search. But I think Lindy Stitches, I think, sells them now stateside if you're interested. But these were a size that she didn't use, and she knew I did like the on the frame, so she brought them to me, and I've already got a project planned that will go on these rods. So thank you very much, MB. I appreciate it. We call her MB for short. Okay. Let's see. I know I don't usually jump right into haul, but because it's right here in front of me, and I talked at length, I think these all came from, so I'm going to go over them quickly. These all came from Grace Notes Fabrics. This was part of their trunk show. I have Nutcracker Matilda by Finally a Farm Girl. I have Patriotic Matilda by Finally a Farm Girl, which I love these. I've got to kit them up. This is Primrose Cottage Stitches. I would rather be stitching. A little play on the bees. Primrose Cottage Stitches. I got Matilda's Stitchy Spot by Finally a Farm Girl. I like that. The mouse in the chair and the cat. Look at the little black cat down there. In the books, it really spoke to me. So I also got Dear Soldier by Finally a Farm Girl. Because, you know, patriotic, and I come from a family of veterans, including myself. And this is Let Freedom Ring by Finally a Farm Girl. And I just got done telling my friends there that my mantra, or the word for 2025 for me, is going to be freedom. And I saw this, and it was like it was meant to be. So that will be stitched in 2025. Hopefully. Don't hold me to it. I also picked up some houses. Now, these were not at Grace Notes Retreat, but they were at Liberty Hill Needleworks, that is down, I believe, in Virginia. It's in Williamsburg. And Mary Barbara, my friend that brought me the scroll rods, also picked these up for me from that shop. So if you're interested in Santa's house, I have got the castle, I have the tree house, and the cottage. And I know that there's more I'm working on getting, but I don't have them yet. Okay. I'm not going to go over that. I wanted to show you. This is my own purchase. I picked this up at Michael's. This is my local Michael's store, and it had a whole variety of different ribbons, and they're short, like that you could use for anything. Some of these have spiders and eyes and just polka dots and boo. So when I'm doing my Halloween stitching, this may be something to help me do some fully finishes, because you really don't need a lot when they're small projects. Look at, there's some black cats, some skulls and jack-o'-lanterns. So I just thought this was a really cool variety, and they had them, they're $9.99, and when I bought it, it was 40% off. So it was worth it to me just to have a variety. So that's going to go in my finishing stash. And I think I showed this. This was Stitchy Kindness that I got. It was a little strawberry with the music. And I'm snapping. This comes flat, okay? And it's got the snaps in the corner. So you snap it, and then you can put things in it. Like you can use it for orts, or you could use it for your snacks if you wanted to snack. You know, if you want to collect little floss drops in it. So it gives you a little, put your flosses in there if you're working, and you can put that in your little stitchy spot. And now mine can go in my stitchy spot. Okay. I'm looking to see if there's anything that I forgot to show the last time. And I think for the most part, I've shown about everything. Okay. Now, I did get some things from the freebie table, and I don't think I showed those on my last video. So, and I wasn't all about the freebie table, but you know, sometimes you walk by something and it just says, hey, you need me. So that's what I did. I jumped on them a little bit. So they had this 80s classic hits. I thought somebody maybe left it. I even asked, is this somebody's, or is it on the freebie table, because of where I found it. and nobody claimed it, and they said, oh no, I put that on the freebie table, and I said, okay, great, it found a new home. I like these things. I don't use them all the time, but I collect them because I like them. So I've gotten that. Now I can take some of this stuff out of my bag I put it in my bag to kind of protect it. I have Luminous Fiber Arts. I picked this up. The Gathering Stitches. I've been collecting those. I have a bunch of those. This was a freebie pattern. I'll just show it back here. American Heart. That was a freebie that was on the table. I found When Cardinals Appear. I really like that. I have some really pretty blue I think will work great with this pattern. You know, and you always think they're very small. What's this one? 75 by 80. So it's not bad. And then I picked up Mayflowers, and it had a little corner gauge that was in it too, or I put a corner gauge in it. And this one's 90 by 91. I thought I liked it. And then this is, of course, right up my alley. It's a kit. It's from Lenarti. It's called Veiled Woman. And it's got all the floss in it. And it looks like an even weave or a Lugana. And that's what that one is, Veiled Woman. I don't know. It was pretty, I thought. And it's full coverage. Hopefully it's got the pattern in there. So, those were some of my freebies that I picked up. Okay, so now are you ready to see the stitching? We're 16 minutes in, and I usually put that at the end. I don't know why. It was here in front of me, and I felt like I needed to just go for it. So, one of the things I stitched on when I was at Grace Notes Fabrics, about the only thing I stitched on at Grace Notes Fabrics, was Little House Needleworks, Little House Neighborhood. This is my copy, my working copy, so, and my niece wants to borrow it when I'm done. So, yeah, Little House Needleworks. This was sent to me by my friend in Australia, Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs, sent it to me, and I did a lot of work on it. Let me pull out my, how much work did you really do, Carla? And I'll tell you. Let me pull out my notes here. Little House Neighborhood, 3,164 stitches. So if I have my picture of where I started, I will insert it here. And if I don't, you can use your imagination. It's got a lot of needle minders on here. Must have been collecting them. So I stitched on scroll rod. So when I was there, I finished this tree and the girl and the squirrel and the grass in the basket. And then I started working my way down. So I'm working my way down, and I got the house. I did the red house. I did the tree. I finished the trunk of the tree. I was getting ready to move over here to the blue house and didn't quite make it there, and I was going to start bringing the vine down. So when you look at that compared to this, you can kind of see how much further I have. So I originally thought maybe it would be a finish this year. Those houses are a lot of stitches. I don't know if it'll be a finish this year, but this is definitely one of the ones on my list for next year, so it will be a finish eventually. I don't think I need to have all of these needle minders on this one project though. So I try not to put my needle minders on dyed fabric whenever I can, because I know I've seen other floss tubers talk about the dyes kind of gravitating to where the needle minder is, if that makes sense, and you'll see like circles and stuff. So I do try to just leave it on my grind guard covers, or someplace where I don't feel like, because this has still got a needle on it, where I don't feel like it's going to detract from the project. You know what I mean? Like it's in the outer border, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that I've moved some of those needle minders off, I really like this. I'm using mostly the called for colors. I think I did change one or two colors because of the fabric choice I had. And this fabric is a Paddock Lane Design 28 count even weave called Dusty. And I am doing my stitches 2/2 on it. So, and she sent this with the pattern when she sent me the pattern. So it's perfect fabric for this, I feel. So I really like stitching on this one. And it's an easy take with me travel project. So it might go to camp with me this coming weekend. Just because I think I could get some decent stitches on it at camp. Maybe. I don't know. I'm debating between taking this one or taking one of my full coverages that I think I could get done, because, you know, I've got all these goals and plans for next year. So I decided to do kind of a check myself here in the next couple of months and do the stitching I plan to do on the projects I plan to stitch on for next year that are going to be my focus, and see if they truly are manageable goals that I gave myself, or if I'm going to kind of fizzle out. The next project I worked on is Seeking Refuge. I did 3,695 stitches on this one while I was in August. Part of that was at this retreat that I went to at the Villa Maria. Now, here's the thing. There's way more than that stitches in here that I've done because I am still working on it. And I am pushing this one to a finish this week. I was really hoping I would get a finish while I was gone. It did not happen. So here's a picture of where it was. Here is where I currently am now. I ran out of the red when I was at the retreat, so I need to finish filling in the bricks, and I need to do this flower, and then all of this section is done. Those are my initials, and then I need to put in the year I finished it, which I will put the 4 in there when I officially am finished. That'll be the last thing I stitch. So what I have left is the words, which words go fast, and I'm still debating this pattern has a row of the tan, it has another row of green and flowers, and a bunch of black. And I just don't know that the black gives is anything. I may finish it with this. I may, you know, just at the bottom and call it done at that point. I just haven't decided yet. So once I get the words done and I get this part here, this row here, put in down here, I will look at it, I will measure it, I will see where I'm at as far as for framing, and that's ultimately what's going to decide how much more I stitch below that. Because if I don't need it in order to make it an easy frame, I'm not going to stitch it. So that's where I am currently. I took it off of my scroll rod just now, or off of my gust stand, and somebody did ask me about seeing my gust stand and having me do a video, and I am happy to do that. Today's not the day for that. As I'm looking at my gust stand, I need to do that when I'm home for the weekend and can kind of clean up around my mess that I have from sitting and stitching. Okay, let's see. So that was Seeking Refuge. I believe this one is the Deadly Aquarium. Yep, Deadly Aquarium. It's by Lola Cross Stitch. It was a mystery salve. The last piece of the mystery just came out this past Friday. I was not home when that happened, so I haven't downloaded it yet. However, you can now purchase the pattern if you would like by going to her website. I'm going to just show you kind of where I am. This is on a piece of Grace Notes Fabrics called Sarah, and I'm basically caught up. I have a little bit left from the last, the release prior, but I did do 4,574 stitches on this, so I'm okay with that. It's a really bad hair day for me. I rode the motorcycle to work today, so you can tell my hair's a mess. But you're not here to see my hair, right? So I'm trying to unravel here. So here we go. This is, sorry, I gotta loosen up the bottom. Bear with me. That's the only bad part, is when you show things on your scroll rods, you got to kind of really loosen them up for you to see the whole picture, because you got to over loosen them so they hang right? I think that gets you. Yeah, okay. So this is where I've gotten to. So this latest release had these jellyfish, and there's another one here. I got to do the tentacles on this one, and then that's really basically done. And then the last one that I haven't downloaded yet is a crocodile that's over here on this side. So I will get that done, and this will be a finish this year. I still need to do the back stitching on everything. I haven't done any of the back stitching, but this definitely will be a finish this year, and I'm excited about it. It was a fun stitch. I've not done her sals before, her mystery sals, and I've regretted the last ones I passed up as my friends were doing it, and they turned out so beautifully. She did the Enchanted Garden, the Haunted Library. So I really hope that she will do another one soon, or, you know, I'm sure she will. But this was a lot of fun, and I kept up with it. So, and it was manageable. It was like, I think 800 to 1,000 stitches a week, and there was a couple of weeks in between that there wasn't anything that you had to do. So it was kind of a catch-up week, which was nice. I would wait and download 2 weeks at a time so that I could use it for my daily 30 sal prompts and get the most bang for my buck while I had it out. So that is on Sarah on an even weave, and I am stitching that 2/2. And I think I'm using all the called for colors. I don't think I strayed from the color palette on that one, because it's a mystery. I'd be crazy if I would. Well, oh, man down. Hold on. Okay. What else? Oh, One Nation. Okay, One Nation. Do you guys know One Nation? It's by Bygone Stitches. I will put a picture in here. I will insert a picture of where I was. And One Nation got 1,066 stitches. And Bygone Stitches is on a piece of Slovak Farms. I don't know what count it is, but I think we named it Dirty Country Road. It is on my roller frame, so, but we've made some progress. I started in the red, and I did some white stars. So I did some white stars. I was getting tired of doing the white stars, so I started doing the words and going across the top here to get some other color in, and this is where I'm at. I am doing this over 2. It's 2/2 as well, and it's been fun to stitch it. The only thing I don't like is it's 100% paper pattern. I have tried every which way to Sunday to get this bugger to go into my pattern keeper in some shape or form, and I just can't seem to get it to go in right, and I don't know why. It's really given, and I'm not the only one that's had trouble getting it into pattern keeper, so. And I think that deters me from wanting to stitch on it because of the paper, but I will get it done eventually. This one will not be in my projects to do next year. This one will be going into parole status. It has not gone to prison. It's not stuck in the train station, but I am putting it in parole. So it will be not worked on next year, probably at all. Let's see. Dressed Monkey, I think, is in here. Dressed Monkey, that's an all-time favorite. This is on an Ada. I am not sure. I thought I was going to finish this until we mathed it out, and then I realized that wasn't going to be able to happen this year. But it is on for next year. This is my Dressed Monkey. I got it offline, and if you do a search for Dressed Monkey, cross-stitch pattern, this will come up. So Dressed Monkey on the throne. And again, on the scroll rods, let me unroll her. Haven't named her yet. Maybe you guys can come up with a name for her. I haven't named her yet. This is as far as I've gotten. So all of this is finished. I worked more into this down here, worked on her dress, brought her arm down some more, and worked on the little toilet back here as the toilet. So I think I'm at 50% or a little over 50%. So I have a ways to go yet, but this one is really easy to stitch on. It seems to be big blocks of color. The only confetti I've really come into is in these flowers. Their stuff's not bad. It really isn't bad. It's not like Hade bad. Right? Heaven and Earth Designs, if anybody's not familiar with the Hade. But, and look at my little emoji. We got the little poopy emoji for the toilet, and of course the Starbucks emoji, because that's what gets you there. I know you guys are laughing. Don't make me laugh alone. Okay, so that is Dress Monkey on the Throne. Dress Monkey on the Throne is one of my projects for next year that will be a finish, or dang near close to a finish. I think I can get it to a finish next year. It's not a hard stitch. It's just stitching on it. Oh, and I did Dressed Monkey. Only 237 stitches last month on it, and that must mean because I did most of the stitches the month prior. Because I only had it for one day. And showed you the ornament. The last one I got to show you is my Stargazer. 4,614 stitches on Stargazer. And this is in my black Cat X Stitchery bag from Tiffany. I love stitching on this. This is a focus piece for me next year. It will be one that is stitched on primarily. I think my goal for next year is 5,000 stitches a month on it. I think that's feasible. I can do that. And I'm going to show you. This is where I'm at. Oh, I got to come back. Can you see? I did a lot of stitches on it. 4,614 stitches. So I finished this row here. I finished that. And I came back over here and started working it across. I'm starting to get into another constellation in here. I think it's a crab. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it might be. But I've got lots more constellations. This will tie in very well with next year. Full Coverage Fanatics released their 2025 challenges. And next year they are doing, one of their challenges is the Zodiac. And you have to tie your whip to the Zodiac symbol. So guess who's going to be tying their whip to the Zodiacs? I got them all. So, yeah. I really like this one. It is fun to stitch on it, so I don't mind it. And my husband really is wanting to see this one before he dies. He said, I want to see it before I die. So, there it is. That's where we're at with Stargazer. Yay. Okay. Can you see? Like, there's Gemini, and there's Taurus. That's the Ram. Not sure which one this one is yet. This might be a Scorpion, maybe. I don't know. See a little sparks of little stars. I just really like it. Okay. And my Grime Guard covers match my bag. See? And this is 1/1 full cross on Easy Grid. Is a limited edition. I think Jeffrey Haynes made it, but it was a Heaven and Earth Design limited edition that was released for 1 month, and I got it. And you know what? I'll show you the back, because I don't always show the backs. And I know people that don't do full coverage ask. So this is my back. So you can see. I do carry. It might not look like it from where you are, but you can see I carry. But it doesn't look bad for the back, right? I don't think so. I'm okay with it, because you're not going to look at it once I, my sidebar come out. You're not going to look at it once I get it all done anyway. You're going to be looking at the front. That one got a little bit too loose. Let me tighten that one back up. I do store these loose whenever I'm not stitching on them, so it doesn't tighten up the fabric. And if you're new to the channel, I use bobbies. You can get these on Amazon to help keep my part threads a little bit reined in. But you can tell this is one of my favorites, and it will be coming back out again after I do my US Travel Shelf, because I have not stitched on US Travel Shelf this summer, and I'm doing a sale with that, so I kind of feel like I should probably stitch on it. And look what I added to my project card. I put a little alien. I found this at Michael's. They had like a little section that had like little charms, and I was like, I think my tag needed that. Okay. So that is all of my whips that I did for August of 2024. I don't think that's too bad. 2 finishes, 2 fully finishes, and the whips. And now I want to share with you some kindness. This is the book Kindness I mentioned at the beginning of the channel, and I'm going to leave her links down below for the next few videos anyways, because you know what, Christmas is coming, and maybe you're looking for an idea for a family member or a friend that likes to read fantasy. And so I'm recommending this person because not only is she a cross stitcher and into multi-crafts, and she sent me some cross-stitch things to use as prizes for the groups that I'm in, and to give to friends if it's not to my likings, or my taste, I should say. So, but she also sent me, and I pre-read these books before she printed. She asked if I would, and I thought they were very good. So, D.L. Lewellyn is the name. I'll put it up here. I have a link to her blog. I have a link to purchase her books if you're interested. All of that is in the comments or in the description box below. And because she's a fellow stitcher, and I've read these on my Kindle, she has sent me the book. This is your, my tongue is getting tied. Ursus Borealis, the Starlight Chronicles Drago Incendium, and I may have these out of order. The Starlight Chronicles Tigress Beatrice. I know this was the first book. I can't remember which one was the second and third. I'm thinking this is the last book. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while, but I think this is the last book. This one I read a few years ago, and I said, well, because they all go into the next, it goes into the next. The 3 of them work so well together. I said, I need to start back at the beginning and read it again. Look at, love the pages. And she signed it for me. I like white page. If I'm going to read a book, I like the bright page, because it helps, and the print. The print is perfect printing for my bad eyes. So I appreciate that. And once I finish rereading these, my daughter's already asking me for them. So this will stay in my my books to be kept. But I want to encourage you that if you like fantasy, kind of love story, not smutty. It's not smutty. It's fairly PG-13. I would say jump in D.L. Lewis. We know her in the stitching world as Darci. That's all I will say about that, because I don't know how much information she wants me to put out there. But her author name is D.L. Lewis. I did have it in the right order, because if I would have looked, look, book 3, book 2, and book 1. So please check her out. Show her some love and support, and think about that for Christmas gift coming up. If you're like me, I try and plan ahead. I've already started purchasing Christmas gifts and have been tucking them away, so in a really great, safe place, so I'll be able to find them when Christmas gets here. Probably won't be able to find it, but I will do my best. Let me see. Okay, went through all of that. Oh, so let's talk about some honorable mentions. I have 3 Flosstubers I have been watching, so I want to share with you. The first one is Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher. Her link is also down below. Check her out. She recently did a video that has 2 sales that she's going to be participating in. I am also participating in one of those sales, which is a Tisket a Tasket by Rosewood Manor, and she has it all broken down to make it very feasible that you could stitch that in a year. It's very manageable how she has it broken down. It started September 1st, I have to still start mine. I haven't started it yet, but I have it kitted and ready to go. I just was really pushing this other one to a finish. So it will be started in this month at some point. So check out that. She has, she quilts, she cross stitches a lot of Americana stuff. She used to be a school teacher. She's retired. I guess once a school teacher, always a school teacher, but she did retire this year. So it was interesting. I think she's feeling that now that the kids have gone back to school and she's not going back to school. So my clock timed out on my recording. Anyways, Nancy isn't going back to school, so that's a transition for her right now. I'd love to know how things are going with her. So Nancy, let us know. I know you were down and out with a cold, but please let us know in the comments. Are you filling your time up with all the stitchiness? That's what I envision when I retire, is lots of stitchy time. I also want to invite you to watch Siske Ellen. Siske Ellen is from Belgium. Her link is down below. She plays in a lot of challenge groups that I'm in, and they finally encouraged her to do a floss tube, and she is going gangbusters. She did a 4-part video of all of her whips. And one of the things I did not know about her is she's colorblind, and she stitches a lot of full coverage pieces. And I don't know how I could stitch as like she does being colorblind. That has got to be a real challenge. So Siske, you know, I'm glad you joined in the Flosstube world. I'm having fun following you and seeing what you're doing. And recently, I just watched her video yesterday, her most recent video, and she has plans. And the girl has plans and all these games in order to challenge herself to get the stitches in that she wants to get in. And I think it's amazing. And I'm probably going to jump in with her just for the fun of following with her and with her challenges. I think it's a little bit more intense than I would probably do, but that's okay. It's still fun. I will do a version of it. I'm just trying to mull it over in my brain and probably watch her video again and just kind of figure out how I can tweak what she does to match what I have planned or accentuate what I have planned for next year. And the other person I wanted to point out was the Hygge Stitcher. It's Hygge Stitcher, and she was new to me, and I just really enjoyed watching her videos. So I did include their links below. Please join them, check them out, say hi, tell them Craft Addict K sent you, because I don't know that they always know when they get a shout out. So, but I try to give 3 floss tubers that I've been watching so that you can watch who I've been watching. And life events, let me tell you real quickly, life events. My fridge broke in the camper, cost a whole lot of money. We had to replace the whole fridge. Not what I wanted to do at the end of my summer. I'm getting ready to take a trip to New York because my in-laws are getting married in the church. It's a whole thing. They're already married. They've been married for 30 years, but they're getting married in the Catholic Church now. And I'm excited to show my support for them. They asked us to be there. My husband and I will be going to that in September. In October, the beginning of October, I have a retreat in Western PA, Ohio treat. It's in Warren, Ohio. And I think it's already full, but if you are interested, join the group Western PA Eastern Ohio Stitcher group. I do challenge events in that group. We try to encourage participation. It is not required to be part of the group. Actually, many people don't participate, but a lot of people that do like challenges are participating. And I just opened up our annual 1.5 one that we are doing a USA challenge. So that's a lot of fun. You do not have to be in the area to join that group. You can be from anywhere you want to be, anywhere you live. We just want you to join us and enjoy the stitching together, and that's kind of where we're at. So if you're interested, I believe I put the link in the description box below for the Western PA and Eastern Ohio Stitchers. They do retreats twice a year. There's a retreat. There's one in April typically and one in October. And let's see. And I do challenges every other week. I put 2-week challenges up. And then I just put in the one that's going to be 1.5 years. So by December 2025, hopefully we will be done and be looking for the next 2026's challenging fun. And it's all fun to put our stitches in. You know, you might earn a prize or something. miscellaneous sals, I'm going to be starting Main Street Sal with Grace Notes Fabrics. That was the retreat sal that they started. I decided after the retreat and after everything was packed up, I wanted to join in on it. So I have pulled fabric for it. I have kitted it up. I was going to start it this past weekend and that did not happen. I will be starting it at some point this month. It's on my list. That's hashtag Main Street Sal and Tisket a Tasket 2024 Sal. So those are the two sals I have that are coming up, that are happening currently. If you're interested, jump on. I think I put links in the description box. Hopefully I did. If not, they'll be in September's wrap up. I'll make sure of it. And I think that's it. It is now, I've been talking for probably 40 minutes now. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you will come back, visit again. I usually do monthly updates. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It does something with the YouTube algorithms. It gets me out to more people so we can get more subscribers. I am working on doing a big giveaway when we meet 3,000 subscribers. I think we're at 2,500 or close to it right now. So I'm trying to get the word out to anyone that likes to watch floss tubes. I know everybody's doing whip parades right now. I may do a finish parade at the end of the year, and I may do this is going to prison and this is going to parole, and this one is a free citizen that will be worked on with me for the summer, or for the next year for 2025. I know right now I have 7 full coverages that are in the free citizen ranking that will be going into 2025 with me, and I have, I think, 3 or 4 non-full coverages, and I have 3 sals, possibly 4, depending on what Heaven and Earth Design comes out with, that I will also be working into each month or each quarter. So if you want to hear more about that, you'll have to stick around for my next video. So until we meet again, or until I see you, happy stitching, everyone. Bye.